tonight. We are live streaming this event. I got it. Okay. We'll start this meeting with a pledge of allegiance, as we do all of our meetings. If you are in uniform, please salute. If you're not in uniform, place your hand over your heart and respect the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two. Thank you. Got a full agenda for you tonight. We're welcoming you. We're gonna have some training updates. Our new council calendar is a feature tonight. We're gonna talk about AB 506, a bunch of upcoming events. Summer camp is our highlight this evening, and some information about Everyone Counts, and some time at the end, if we have any, to go over some questions and answers and just bounce some ideas off of each other. Please mute your speaker or your microphone. Enter your questions in the chat. We have that available to us, and we are recording the call. Training. I don't see Michael on the line or Amy, so I will handle this for you guys. We have some training dates coming up. IOLS and Blue, so that's Scouts, BSA, and Cub Scouting Outdoor Training, April 9th and 10th. It will be held at Camp Tockwitz. April 9th in the morning, Saturday morning. Get you up there by 10 o'clock or so, have a full course, and then finish up on Sunday. Encourage you to be trained in the outdoor skills. Basic first aid, CPR, AED. Got multiple dates here for that. March 19th is a full day. March 24th is a blended course, and April 13th is a blended course. Sign up on the training webpage of longbeachbsa.org. Wilderness First Aid, April 23rd and 24th. Also, you can register on the website for that. And leader-specific training for entry-level leaders, both in BSA and in Cub Scouting and venturing, if there's any. May 14th. Again, everything's on the training website. There you go. We have a new council calendar, everyone. Yeah, all right. I'm so happy about this. It is a much easier Google-based calendar to work from. You can upload dates onto your own Google Calendar. Everything's there. You can click on it and get the details. This page here just shows you March. So you can see all the dates that are happening in March right then and there. You can drill down for specific types of events, such as just training only, BSA only, council only. You can do that. You can pull up multiple dates for multiple months. Everything that you can do with a Google Calendar, you can do it here. Mark Bonner has worked really hard on updating this calendar for all of the rest of the program year. Victor, do you have anything else?
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, a lot of the features, you'll be able to also download this into your personal Google Calendar if you wanted to just import the entire piece. You have it for the full year. We also have on the links, you can go directly to an event, and if there's a Zoom link on it, you will be able to join meetings directly through that.
Nice.
And yeah, there's all sorts of really neat features on here. It makes it a lot more versatile.
Really nice. And you can see some highlights for March and April coming up, and we'll talk about those in a little bit. AB 506. What we got there, Victor?
Well, we have an opportunity this Saturday we're going to have the mobile live scan. A person be here at the Scout office and be able to scan if anybody still needs to be scanned for the AB 506 requirement. It's this Saturday, March 12th. It's going to be at the same time that the Pinewood Derby Clinic is going on. Saturday, we also have the Scout shop open. So 3 things that you can
Knock out at
you
the same time.
exactly makes it easy if you have business to do, and that day you can take care of a lot of different things. So we're offering this service. It is a third-party individual that comes in. She charges $34. 19 of that goes to her for her time. The $15 goes to the FBI for their charges for processing the information. I do want everybody to remember that April 30th is the deadline for all volunteers to complete the live scan, and any registered volunteers not completed training by June 1st are at the, will be dropped. So please make sure that you let your volunteers know, your registered volunteers know that they have to meet these requirements prior to that June 1st timeframe. And if you have any questions, you feel free to, you can go on our website. There's a link to the CaliforniaScouting.org website, as well as other information too.
And who are the people that we should be asking to do this?
Well, anybody who participates more than 12 hours, 16 hours a month, or 30, it's 16 hours a month or 32 hours in total over in a year, we'll have to go through this training. But as far as as far as the scouts goes, the people that are at risk of being dropped are going to be those registered volunteers. So you may have parents that participate a lot in the program. They will have to do go through the process of go through the background check. But if you have individuals that are registered, they're going to be liable of being able to be dropped by June 1st. So I hope that makes sense.
All right. So if you have direct contact with youth and it's more than a few hours a month, then those are your marching orders to get registered with CaliforniaScouting.org. Take the youth protection test. It's separate than YPT, and then get your mobile live scan for BSA. The question always comes up, I've already got a live scan for my religious organization or for another somebody. It doesn't matter. Every organization has to have their own separate live scan. So you have to pay the money up again and get your fingers stamped again. All right. Thank you very much, Victor. Council recognition dinner. Okay, that's coming up. That's our next big event, Thursday, March 31st at the Grand. We will be recognizing a lot of different awards and awardees. It is an in-person event. The Eagle Scouts, the Silver Beavers, and the District Award of Merits will be handed out at that meeting and recognized. All district and council awards will be done in this one-stop awards dinner, and it's got a lot of good food there. Unit Award of Appreciations, we're also asking that the Unit Award of Appreciations for those units that have not done so, please nominate a Unit Award of Appreciation to somebody you think has done an outstanding job for your unit last year, and get that in ASAP to Victor, and he'll get it to the right people.
Actually, you could also submit it to Rosa Tower.
Or submit it to Rosa if you got her email there. Okay. Register for this event. It's filling up quick, and we need to know how many people are going to be attending so we can accommodate the right room. Okay, Pinewood Derby. Joe, can you tell us some more about what's going on with Pinewood Derby, the Council Pinewood Derby?
Yeah, so right now we have a Pinewood Derby Buddy Challenge that we are throwing out there for all of the Cub Scouts to basically invite a friend into scouting so that way they can race them in the Pinewood Derby finals. So if they haven't, we have a little postcard that they can give out to their friends. If not, they can just invite them. This Saturday, we're having a Pinewood Derby workshop there at the council office from 9 to noon. And they can come in, their friend will get a free Pinewood Derby car, and then we can help them get the basics of that car built up for them. This is all leading to our big championship race on April 30th, which we just got the location for. It's going to be at the Eastman Boys and Girls Club on Atlantic and Del Amo.
Okay,
so
great.
We'll get some more information out on that about parking and stuff like that. But it's going to be a fun live event. So we're really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to seeing all the packs and the racers out there cheering for their cars in their pack.
Excellent. All right, thank you. Registration is open. It's a lot of fun. We're going to have our loop challenge, and come out and see it. Okay, Zach, you are up. I'm here that you got an Eagle Scout project going on. All right, Zach.
Sorry, it froze for a second.
No problem.
Yeah. So hello, my name is Zachary Brown. I'm from Troop 67, and I'm currently working on my Eagle Scout project by collecting hygiene products for the Long Beach Community Table. The Long Beach Community Table supports the well-being, empowerment, and self-determination of food and housing insecure residents in the greater Long Beach area with dignity and compassion. This includes providing basic food and necessities to thousands of people each week. They source and distribute organic produce, nutritious food, basic essentials to those in need. In addition to that, also build and cultivate urban vegetable gardens around the city. They receive plenty of food donations from local farmers markets and grocery stores, but receive far fewer hygiene donations. So that's where my project comes in need. My goal is to collect $750 worth of hygiene products by the end of the month for Long Beach Community Table. And I'm asking for the council's support and your support in collecting these hygiene products. You can help by donating purchased items off of my Amazon wish list, which can be found on my flyer that I will post in the chat. So that's the flyer, gives information about that kind of stuff. I also have a GoFundMe on there if you would like to help fund me there. And I need all items by April 2nd. And it would also be a great help if you guys could spread the word. And I'll also be posting information on the Long Beach Area Council Facebook page. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Excellent. We'll try to get that flyer posted up on the website for you too. And reach out, everyone, all Scouters. If not yourself, then maybe get this information out to someone else who might be able to help out or even pass it on. So, thanks a lot, Jack. Okay, well, now comes our feature presentation. Jason is going to talk to us about this upcoming summer camp season. So what do we need to do?
What do we need to do? We need to do a lot. Summer camp is only 4 months away. So there is a lot to do. My little tip today is it's going to be getting ready for camp. There's stuff you need to do months ahead of camp that's going to enhance your stay at camp, and it's going to make it easier and make things run smoother. So you got to get on the ball and you got to get stuff going. You don't want to just show up to camp, because summer camp's a big deal. You're up in the mountains for a week. So things we can do to camp for getting ready. One thing I always say, if you fail to plan to fail. So you need to get ready months before. So next frame, we first thing you want to do is you have a trip planner. We're gonna where are we going? The dates and locations, who's going, how many scouts, how many adults, and you get their contact info, and you make a little trip planner of how long you're going to be gone, where you're going, contact info, what you're doing, when you're coming back. And you would like to leave probably a copy of that at home, on your kitchen table. Email someone, give it to a neighbor, a friend, a family member, so someone knows where you're going in case there's emergency or something happens. They know where you are, so we can track it. Yeah, that's very important to plan that out and let people know where you're going. You don't just take off. Even when you're with people, someone needs to know where you went. So that's important. We need to plan all that. Next is, your gear. You're going to need gear for your, it depends on how many scouts you have. Everyone's going to need a tent and a sleeping bag, especially a chair. I don't know if you ever been out on a
That's
camping
helpful.
trip and someone forgot to bring a chair. It's like musical chairs. Every time you get up, someone's scooting in a chair. So there's things you need and there's checklists. So you want to make sure ahead of time, if someone's short on something, they can borrow it or, make a trip to the store and get it and have it. Because there's gear you need and there's checklists on the website of stuff that will be needed. So that's something you want to get together. I also found out that gear check, you want to do that, a week before and even the day before with the scouts. Scouts will say yes and nod their head. And you'll get up to camp and find out that no, they don't have a jacket. They don't have a sleeping bag.
What
They
is
just
a gear
brought-
check?
A gear check is everyone will bring their gear over to whoever's traveling. Make a day and you go out there and you'll actually unpack your bag. So where you show your leaders that you have everything and where it is. And it should be pretty simple. It's part of being a scout. They learn how to pack their backpacks and and their gear. And you have a checklist and you check off everything and keep it in one secure location. And then you make sure it's all going to show up at camp with you.
Yeah, nothing worse than bringing your tent and having no tent poles.
Even I put away my stuff religiously and I still will usually put up my tent at the beginning of the season to make sure it works at home before I even go to the mountains.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to do.
Mhm.
And check the weather too, because that's you're gonna have to, what type of season is it? What type of climate? You're gonna need that kind of gear, sleeping bag, maybe a heavier sleeping bag, maybe a lighter sleeping bag. Summertime, you don't need the zero bag. Wintertime you do. So you got to check that, get the correct gear. And so move on to the next thing. The other thing is adult leadership. You need to get this down months ahead. You have to have registered leaders. You got to always make sure you're too deep. I've been to camp where we were sort of thin and it causes a problem. You can't leave one adult with kids. So you need to have the registered adults there. You get them, and any adult that's there over 72 hours, they have to take their youth protection training. They have to do their AB 506. So you got to look at this ahead of time and make sure everybody's registered so we're safe while we're up there. And that's something we need to do. And if you can't fulfill that, you can reach out to the scout office and they have help too.
Yeah, it's nothing worse than planning for a trip and then not having enough adults and you have to cancel.
Yeah, you got to have them. That's there's no way around it. So insurance too. If you're in Long Beach Council, you're covered. But if you're in a different council and you're coming to camp, you have to have some kind of accident insurance. But I will let the camp director and sign in, do that kind of stuff and talk about that later with you. That's not really something you need to worry about now, unless you're in some other council. And next, also getting ready ahead of time. You have to, if you're staying more 72 hours or more, I believe you need the Form C, your medical forms. You have A and B. You need C. C is has to be signed by a physician. So that needs to be ahead of time. You need to make a doctor's appointment and you have to get that signed off once a year. And I found out with these forms, if you could get them digital and get them saved, it's really easy to print them out. Every time you're about to go camping, you just print them out and bring a copy. That way you don't have to worry about retrieving a copy. Sometimes you don't get it back. You run out of camp before you get your stuff. So it's a good thing to have these things done at the start of the year and just, have them digitized and keep a folder and have someone in charge of it, with everyone in your unit. That's a easy way to save time and keep that done too. So that's a good thing to get done ahead of time. And then you got to think about food. You're going to camp. There's commissary dining, which is great. You just have to make it there. You make it there and the food's great. It's a great menu. I recommend it. It's nice, but last year with the pandemic, we actually had controlled dining. And I was actually surprised and very impressed how our scouts actually stepped up and woke up and cooked breakfast and cleaned their dishes and still got to merit badge class by 8 o'clock. It was very impressive. You know, it's like a trial by fire, should we say? Easy way to say. You know, it was nice to do. You know, so that was also a good experience. Don't be afraid of that, because you can split it up by patrols. It depends on how big your unit is. You know, a patrol could take a breakfast one day and another patrol another day. So the same, you know, scouts aren't having to get up early and do the same thing, and you trade off jobs and share in the weight of it. So that's a good way to do it. You know, either way is good. I like the commissary dining, and definitely when we get the new commissary, the grand one, I'm sure that's going to be fun too. So that's you could go next. And you know, all this stuff, you know, travel, fuel to get to camp, food, registration, all this stuff costs money. So you need to raise money, and camp cards, you know, right now are available at the shop. And so, you know, this is what it's for. Go get some camp cards and get your boys out there, and your scouts out there, boys and girls, and get them selling. You could get a hold of some of these stores on here and talk to the managers. And sometimes you could set up right in front of the store and show them your customers what they're saving as they're walking in. And it's really, you know, no money out of their pocket. They're doing good. So we have popcorn coming later in the season too. So there's a lot of ways to get money, raise money for your trip, where it's almost full circle. You have your them supporting themselves. You know, they're doing something good. They're spending their money. You're around them. So it's a good thing for them to save for their own trip instead of, you know, they really enjoy it. So
yeah,
go get your camp. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that these camp cards sell themselves. I mean, they're $10. You get $10 off right off the top of the bat when you go to Dick's and spend something at Dick's, and Smart and Final too. $10 off of 40. That's a 25% discount on that purchase. So that's fabulous. And if you're buying camp food for camp, you can buy it at Smart and Final. There you go.
Yeah, it has everything you need right there. So I definitely buy one or two myself because I use them up. They're great. They're a great deal. You definitely save money with those. So yeah, sell some camp cards now. They're available, and you know, get some money. Take out some of that damage.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So,
any words to wrap up?
Wrap up.
Oh, sorry. I got. No, you got another slide here. I know. Sorry.
Just a couple more.
More to go. I forgot.
You said I had a lot of time.
I did. I thought that was the last slide. Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Keep going.
So yeah, also at camp, activities. There's plenty of activities, and you might want to, you know, sort of get your scouts in the mind frame of, you know, they're going to be scouting when they're there nonstop. Camp is great. It's not, you're going to have free time for swimming and play right here. This form you fill out is in the afternoon. So it's free time for your patrols and your troop, your units, to pick what you want to do, you know, of all the things. In the morning, you do your merit badges that you picked. Break for lunch. In the afternoon, you know, it's a troop time where you get out there. So you want to get that in to make sure you turn in this form, I believe, to the camp director a couple of weeks before you show up to camp to make sure you get your reserved times, because it's a lot of fun there, and there's a lot of stuff to do. On the bottom of that thing too, there's sort of two forms there. There's your firearm permission form that needs to be signed by the parents also, so they're allowed to shoot and do that kind of stuff. And we need that permission form filled out, so that needs to be done ahead of time. Next frame is like I said, there's tons of things to do while you're at camp. Right here we have a couple different forms patched together. I have a honor patrol award, things you could do to be acknowledged at the end of camp as an honor patrol, and get a nice ribbon or something you put on your flag. And there's honor troop, you know, when you go even bigger and have your whole troop get honor troop. And then over on the right, you have campsite inspections, where scouts could have duties where you get daily how to run your campsite. I know our scouts, they're head and shoulders above their friends who aren't scouters when they go out to camp. They know how to pick the correct spot to set their camp. They know how to, set the fires and cook their foods, and they just know how to run a campsite. And this is how you do it. And this is when you want to get your scouts mindset into, that they're going to be doing stuff like this, when they're there. So it's just a great time. And you could go to the next one. Next frame is old Fido. You want to leave Fido at home. I know it seemed like it'd be fun for him to be out there, but pets are really good to be out in the camp areas, because they're predators and they disrupt the wildlife, out there. So you don't really want them out there. I know some people have little service dogs and stuff like that, but if you can, leave your pet at home. It's really doesn't do the wildlife and the camp good out there. And there's other lists of things that you shouldn't bring out there. You could get a list of items, firearms, alcohol, fireworks, there's different things that are prohibited. So you want to make sure you don't bring the wrong thing, and ruin it for everybody. And you'll just have a better time if you stick with the program. So Fido stays home. Sorry, Fido. And next, these are just the awesome memories that I've had over the years at camp. I think I could go through my phone about every, I just have to scroll back to July every year for the last, 4 or 5 years. And I can see my son growing up and us at camp. And it's, I think it was the first time I ever stayed 7 days at a camp. I never camped more than a weekend. First, I never went to Boy Scout camp when I was young. And I love it. Tockwitz is one of my favorite places on the earth, so I love the place. I don't want anyone to miss out on the great times they have there. And so the officers and the Ranger Joe, they're going to give you a little bit more about the program and camp right now. So I'm going to turn it over to them, and they'll give you a little more detail about this year's camps going on at Tockwitz.
Great. Thank you. I'm going to bring up Joe first, and then we're going to have some Tockwitz officers talk about all the fun things that they've experienced as well. Joe, good evening.
Yes. How are you, Eric?
Fine, thank you.
And others. So apologetically, I wasn't able to update the slides. So hopefully those that there's people that didn't see this slide last month, but we've got a lot going on up at the camp to include summer camp. We've got some work parties, which are listed on here, and there'll be more to come with that. The Webelos weekend and the NYLT. So if you're not familiar with those, please reach out to the leaders of each of those events. I'm happy to say we finally, in the last 2 weekends, have been able to offer real snow camp, if you will, for folks coming up here. This winter's been kind of dry with the snow, or at least the snow not on the ground when the groups are coming here. So got an exciting camping season coming up. We are bringing back one of our marquee programs, which is the Wrangler program. So that's definitely coming back. One of the things that I wanted to bring up, and it was in the e-blast a couple of weeks ago, is, we're real fortunate that we had a couple of folks step forward to offer to run a provisional troop for youth boys, though. And so what a provisional troop is if you don't know, if you have a youth that wants to come to camp, but their troop isn't coming to camp, and or for other reasons they can't make it to the camp their troop is coming to, we do have a provisional troop for the youth boys for the first week of camp. So that's the 10th through the 16th. I would really love to talk to any female leaders that are interested in doing a provisional troop for the young ladies at any of the weeks during camp. So if this is something that would interest you, obviously we have to have 2 deep leadership with this, but I think the opportunity to open camp up to everybody, whether their troop is coming or not, is spectacular. So, and or if there's a couple of, again, the provisional troop now is scheduled for the first week of camp. But if somebody wants to set up a provisional troop for the second, third, or fourth week of camp, please reach out and let me know, and we can talk about that. So I know Charlie and the officers of the community have been working hard to staff summer camp, and I'm excited to hear what they have to say next year. Any
How are you
questions
doing?
for me?
How are you doing with registrations?
So,
Gotta
Eric,
put the word out.
right? So we are short. I was hoping to see about 450 youth coming to camp this summer, which would be a 5-year running average of what we had for kids coming to camp before COVID. So when I look at the 5 years prior to COVID, we were averaging about 450. Right now, we're about 367. So I do know, where I've heard, there's still some Long Beach troops that may not have signed up yet. It would really be helpful for our planning because, there's a lot of stuff financially that depends on what we have for signups. So if you haven't signed up, please get out there and put your estimates in. If you have any questions, my email is on the council website. Do not hesitate to email myself or Michael Dermody, and we'll get you set up right away. But we could use a few more people at the camp this summer.
Excellent. Let's everyone put out the word to fill up that camp roster. All right, so I'm going to ask our Talkwoods community officers to introduce themselves and tell us why you want to go to Camp Talkwoods.
All right, so my name is Charlie. I'm the Archon. I'm the man with the keys as far as Camp Talkwoods goes for the youth staff. Basically, Camp Talkwoods is a very unique spot in that all of our program staff, the average day-to-day staff member, is going to be volunteer, which means that they choose to spend their summer, they choose to spend their time up at Talkwoods on making a good experience for your scouts and providing a superb program for you. We have one of the best programs. Every time that our directors go for training in National Camp School, we throw out numbers that we have for our staff and the staff quality. They don't believe us. They simply don't. And another thing is that we have one of the most accommodating staffs. That is something we've been told time and time again by scoutmasters everywhere. Is that if you have a scout or a patrol or your troop has a particular need or does things a little bit differently, then we will try our best to make sure that it's accommodated for. And so I encourage everyone to be a scout and to be on to go to Camp Talkwoods this summer. And also, you get the opportunity to be a staff member at Camp Talkwoods if you join the Talkwoods community. We are in also a unique position in that Camp Talkwoods is staffed entirely by a different organization than the council. We work harmoniously together, but the Talkwoods community, we staff the camp exclusively, which means that we provide a top quality service because we focus all of our effort on staffing the camp and providing a program and letting the council do the council business. So yeah, my name is Charlie. I'm the Archon. I'm the guy in charge of the staff this year, which is a third thing that makes us unique in that I, a 20-year-old, am still involved in scouting and still have a drive to be involved in the summer camp experience, which not a lot of councils have. A lot of young people like me involved in like higher up administrative stuff like this. So yeah, that's pretty much my spiel for Camp Talkwoods. You can always ask me for my number or email address for any questions you have at all concerning the summer camp program. Thank you.
And our summer camp program information is on the website as well under camps. And you click on that and you get all the information there. Other officers, what's your favorite parts about being at camp?
So I am Ben Friedman. I am the minor Archon. I'm Charlie's right hand, so to speak. Definitely say my favorite parts of camp are just those kind of moments that you get during off time, like either you're as a scout, you're off from a badge, or
Oh, you lost your voice. There
It
you go.
says you muted me.
I didn't. I swear it. I didn't do it.
That
Somebody
was
else did it.
okay. I was talking about I'm sorry.
So it's those
Right.
personal times that
Yeah.
are just
Those off moments in camp where you get time to appreciate the actual you get time to actually appreciate the camp itself and the property. You get to see the beauty of the nature there. It's really nice.
that is nice. Another officer. Lewis, I'm not getting you yet. Maybe you're double muted. All right, while Lewis is finding his voice, how about Grant?
Yeah, I'll go. My favorite part of camp is honestly the atmosphere. It's a great property that we're on. All the staff is friendly. Most of all the scouts are having fun. Yeah, it's just like a great atmosphere. Everyone's happy. There's great programs. So like we have cope and climbing, we have our nature lodge, outdoor skills, craft lodge, rifle, archery, shotgun. We have kayaking, canoeing, rowboating. Like we've got the lake. We have a pool. It's a great property with great programs and great staff.
I'll vouch for the great staff. Lewis, did you get your voice? No?
I think so.
Oh, you got it. All right.
My name is Lewis Hardy. I am the current envoy for the Talkwitz community. One of the things that I really enjoy about going up to summer camp is mainly just making sure all the scouts that come up have the most memorable summer of their young lives.
That's great. That's great. Okay, well, thank you all. Make sure to reach out and promote our camp.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but we have one more officer, James.
Oh, where's James? I don't see James. Where's James?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. I can't see you though.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm having some
That's okay.
issues connecting right now with some
Okay.
technical stuff.
All right, James.
So yeah, I am James. I am the mountaineer for the Talkwitz community, and I'd say my favorite part of camp in general is probably the fact that we get to teach these merit badges or just teach certain aspects of scouting in such a unique place under such unique circumstances. So I'd say that's probably it.
Yeah, it's that personal touch that I see that's different about Camp Talkwitz than it is about any other summer camps that I've been to. And that's something to be said. These officers are having fun, you can tell, and it's contagious. And
Yeah, definitely.
It rubs off on those campers for summer camp. All right, thank you all. Anybody else? Going once, going twice? All right, thanks a lot. Okay, Spring Aquatics Camp, also coming up before summer camp, April 18th through 22nd. Chris, did you want to say anything about that?
Oh yeah, we're really looking forward to having people down here. The weather's getting better and better by the day, and really would like to see more people signing up there. We do have in-person programming for both scouts and non-scouts. So if you've got any friends that want to come down and be a part of it, and they're in the cub age, that elementary age, you can definitely be involved. It's not required to be a scout at that side. And then for the Scouts BSA, we do have the merit badges. You can check out our website. If you go on the council website, across the top, you got camps, and come down to the Long Beach Sea Base drop down menu, and you'll see navigate to where the camps are, and you'll see the schedule there. But we're pretty excited about being out on top of the water. We're not going to get in the water. The water's still a little cold, but we're excited to get on top of the water. We've also got some Eagle required badges. Some of those hard ones out there, like sustainability and personal management. We've got some term requirements. The nice thing is, if you come to our camp, in those 13 weeks will be summer, and you can come back and get it signed off. So Hope to see everybody out there. If you have any questions, check out the website. Other than that, give me an email or a phone call. Summer camp, the Cubs is live. The Scouts BSA, I hope to have live here in the next week or so. Unfortunately, we had a few of our key staff members that decided to take career-based internships this summer. Rightfully so, I get it. But we're in the process of looking for some more staff, and I don't want to generate that program for them. I want them to generate the program they want to deliver. And so struggling a little bit on that. So for anybody out there that wants to come down and be part of staff down here, happy to have you come down. Just shoot me an email and let me know what your availability is, what your interests are. You probably saw that in the e-blast this afternoon that the council puts out. So any questions, I'll be around, happy to answer them, and look forward to seeing everybody.
Yeah, sign up for Spring Aquatics Camp and then stay tuned for summer camp at the Sea Base. Thank you. Our office and shop hours are Monday through Friday this month, through the month of March, but we have an extra day for those that can't make it during the week. Saturday, the 12th, will be open. The Scout Shop will be open for your purchases. If you have any questions about ordering or something that might not be in stock, or any other questions about the Scout office itself, you can contact Sandy either via email or by phone. Her information is also available on the website. Everyone counts. Yes, you count, I count, everyone counts. And that means we're supporting ourselves when we support this program. This supports our council. All the donations, all the support that you give helps turn it around so that we can have a great council program. There's a QR code right there on the screen. You can zap that with your phone. It gets you a real quick and simple way to make a donation, whether it's a one-time donation or an ongoing donation. If it's just like PBS, if you like the programming on PBS, then you donate. If you like the programming for Scouts and receive something of benefit for the Scouts, please pay it forward and help with the donations as well. And tell your friends, and so on and so on. So that brings us to the end of our slides here. If anybody has something that they want to speak about or have a question about, or something that they're asking, that they can ask a lot of different Scouters who have a lot of experience on this call. Please, you can bring it up now. You can put it in the chat. I will have you guys look at the chat because there's a lot of good information that came through during the course of the meeting. Rosa's information for Unit Award of Appreciations is in there. The information from Zach Brown's Eagle Scout project, his OneDrive information with the flyers, and different information about what to donate, what kinds of things to donate, and how you can get it donated and who to donate it to. Okay.
I have a question.
And yes, Glenn.
Okay. Last week at the Sea Scout Leaders Afterguard, we were talking about hosting a council-wide Raingutter Regatta if there was any interest in it.
Oh.
And I'm asking, because we were batting around ideas what we could do to help support the council and the Cub Scout program, and that's what we came up with. But if there's no interest, we won't do it. So I was just wondering if there's any interest. And I know not everybody's here tonight, but anyway.
Is it aimed at the Cub Scouting program? Is it an open kind of format where you could just any scout, any Cub Scout could register, or would it be by pack?
We haven't decided yet. I don't know. We talked about either copying like we do the Pirate Derby, or some other format. I'm not sure, but but if there's no interest, we won't take this any further. We'll go sailing that weekend.
All right. So anybody that's on the call today that has or knows about the scouting, Cub Scouting, and thinks that a rain gutter regatta would be a cool event, let us know.
Yeah, it'll be sometime in the fall.
Sometime in the fall. Okay, that's good to know.
So it'd be part of the registration push after school starts, and this could be one of your activities.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I always like to have a rain gutter regatta in the fall too, because that it's on the opposite end of the Pinewood Derby, and it's a good recruiting tool too for the young Cub Scouts.
Yeah, I just think it's a natural for those of us already dealing with the water.
Yeah, I would say so. That's true. Is the idea to hold it at Sea Base?
Yes, it'll be at the Sea Base. Okay. Now, yeah, we realize you can't have everybody come down there at once. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if we would have either playoffs and then the champions have the championship, or we would just stagger people through the day. I'm not sure. But we'd have to do one or the other. We just can't tell everybody to show up at 8 o'clock because there's not the capacity down there.
Right. You might have heats and then and have different time sessions for those. All right. Great. Kevin?
Yeah. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Sorry about that. For the scout cards, when can those be picked up? Sorry, just going back to that one.
Scout camp cards. Victor.
Yep. They can be picked up anytime. You can send me an email or you can reach me at my extension here. Its number is 3156-684-3156. And I can get you cards.
Okay. Is that's not scout. That's not scout shop. Sorry. That's
at the scout office, which is right. It's the same facility. Yeah.
Okay, great.
So during normal business hours, you can take care of that, and it's on a commission basis, right? So you can bring back the cards if you don't use them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Excellent. All right, everybody. Well, it's been nice sharing the time with you today. Go out there and do some good scouting activities. Everyone, have a nice night, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Amy. Zach did you proud there. You did a good job there.
Thanks, Eric. I'm like half
really good.
Thanks for accommodating him.
Go ahead and cut off the streaming so that way